Dear friends, the US House of Representatives adopted a resolution raising some questions about the elections in Pakistan which were held in February this year. This resolution 901 is the number, and it was adopted with overwhelming majority, no doubt about that. So, as in all resolutions, there is a preamble and then there is a operative part. In the preambular part, it starts by saying that whereas Pakistan is an important and valued partner of the United States, I do not know what kind of a partnership we have, but in any case, if the House of Congress believes or is of the view that we have Pakistan is an important and valued partner of the United States, then this resolution should not have been adopted the way it has been adopted. Its operative part is very interesting, and I thought to read that out to you. It consists of 6 paragraphs, and it says that the House of Representatives affirms its strong support for democracy in Pakistan, including free and fair elections reflecting the will of the people of Pakistan, calls on the President and the Secretary of State to strengthen engagement with the government of Pakistan to ensure democracy, human rights and the rule of law are upheld, urges the government of Pakistan to uphold democratic and electoral institutions, human rights and the rule of law, and respect the fundamental guarantees of due process, freedom of press, freedom of assembly and freedom of speech of the people of Pakistan, condemns attempts to suppress the people of Pakistan's participation in their democracy, including through harassment, intimidation, violence, arbitrary detention, restrictions on access to the internet and telecommunications, or any violation of their human, civil or political rights, condemns any effort to subvert the political, electoral or judicial processes of Pakistan, and the last paragraph reads, urges the full and independent investigation of claims of interference or irregularities in Pakistan's February 2024 election. My first reaction when I heard about this resolution, my first reaction was that this was absolutely uncalled for. The US House of Representatives has no business whatsoever. This is our internal matter, and we are capable of resolving our problems ourselves. So first of all, this resolution is in very, very bad taste, and I wish that this would not have happened the way it has been adopted. Secondly, though our Foreign Office has issued a rejoinder criticizing this resolution as well, but the larger question remains that the US is left with no credibility, frankly speaking. Its duplicitous policies are we are aware of them, whereas they are too much concerned about Ukraine. We have hardly seen any response or credible response when Palestinians are dying or in Gaza. So that is very clear. Again, I do not know why they are so much concerned about elections in Pakistan or about the human rights situation, though I can also raise questions about that, but that is our internal matter. If I do that, I'm a citizen of Pakistan and I have every right to raise questions about even about elections which were held in February this year. But the US has no business. Otherwise, tomorrow Pakistan Parliament would start adopting resolutions on internal matters, US internal matters. What happened in 2020, we all know, following the elections there. So there is no dearth of issues on which Pakistan Parliament can also adopt resolutions. But then the other question remains that why this resolution? I fully understand overseas Pakistanis, overwhelming majority of them, they support PTI. So they have been, especially in the UK and US, they have been trying to build pressure on uh, their respective representatives, political representatives, and this indeed is the outcome of kind of sustained lobbying by the overseas Pakistanis or American Pakistanis. That is understandable, but again, the House of Representatives should have resisted this temptation to go ahead and adopt this resolution. I would strongly recommend to U.S. representatives, congressmen, to also look at the developments which are taking place in the Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir. For example, now they have also they're enforcing another draconian law called Enemy Agents Act, under which people would be picked and prosecuted, rather prosecuted and persecuted summarily, and they could be given capital punishment, or for that matter, life death sentence. So why don't they're quite silent on such issues? We haven't seen any reaction or resolution on the part of the House of Representatives. So the US has lost its credibility, frankly speaking, and though this resolution would not have any direct bearing on Pakistan-US relations because of the separation of powers in the US system, but still, optics-wise, is not a good resolution, and it is indeed an interference in our internal affairs. So I hope, and this is not the first time, even if you go through the Kerry-Lugar bill, the first version of the draft, or the way it was adopted, later on it was slightly modulated, but even then the US Congress, both, especially the Senate, try to interfere in our internal matters. We are capable of settling our internal matters, and I think Pakistan, the people of Pakistan, or the opposition parties in Pakistan should be very careful. Rather than celebrating such resolutions, they should express concerns about such an interference in our internal affairs. So I would hope that and it is important for the government as well to now move towards reconciliation and try to reach a modus vivendi. Thank you very much.